And I need you to know you don't know what love is. It's me and editing. You know I love to hop in. I don't know if I filmed an intro, so this might be the intro or the intro before the actual intro, but I just wanted to say, well, I'm in the middle of editing and I'm loving the video so far, but it is probably going to be very, very long. I'm only like 20 minutes into editing it. I'm trying to cut out long parts or speed up long parts, but I also want people to be able to see how I do my makeup as well. So I definitely recommend this video if you want to have it playing while you do your own makeup, or you really want to see the details and stuff. I think this is a very good demonstration of things to do, and in the future I'll hopefully make a video with more specific instructions for each step. That's like what I would want to do in the future. But yeah, the video is very long, very slow, very chill vibes, if that's what you're into. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hello people, I am back on YouTube. Maybe we'll talk about why I've been gone. I talked about why I've been gone a little bit on here, but we'll get into more stuff in the future. But I'm back on YouTube and we are achieving this makeup look today. I revamped my makeup routine and I think I did a 10 out of 10. Like, honestly, I love it and I'm gonna keep doing my makeup like this forever now. But yeah, stay tuned for this video. Aren't y'all excited? I'm super excited. Hello guys, it's been a long time, but I'm trying to get back into my hobbies like art and YouTube, and TikTok has become a thing now. I have successfully gotten back into TikTok, so the next stage is YouTube. So I'm here today. I'm still gonna tag my TikTok so you can go see the TikToks I'm making. I'm actually planning on going bald, which I don't know if I told you guys that, but and I've done the first step in my going bald process, which is actually relaxing my hair, which is crazy. I will probably make a video about it, going more in depth, but I have my reasons why and all that on TikTok. But overall, the plan is to relax my hair and then like just slowly cut it into shorter hairstyles until I eventually shave it, and then try some short hairstyles like a fade and stuff like that. And I want to see if I can master waves too. I'm trying to be in frame, but then I will grow up my hair again. But I just didn't have much use for my hair right now with the period of life I'm in. No job, just in grad school, at home, online, don't go out that much, so my natural hair wasn't really needed and I needed a break. And yeah, I go into more detail on TikTok, but I'll talk about it more later. And I also do want to make a video talking about relaxers because I'm still anti-relaxer, but because I had relaxers growing up as a kid, it's kind of like the risk associated with it. If anything, I've probably already ingested, you know what I mean? So that's why I was okay taking this risk one last time. That was probably my first and last relaxer, I think. I might get a touch-up if I want to have my pixie cut for a longer amount of time, but we'll see. But it is October 2025. My birthday is October 19th. Today is the 12th, so my birthday's in 7 days, in a week. But by the end of the year, by 2026, I should be bald, I hope. But we'll see, because low-key these hairstyles and stuff cost money that I don't really have, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, today's video, I'm doing my makeup because I'm trying to fix my makeup routine. Not that my makeup routine is bad, I just don't have a set makeup routine right now. And honestly, how I've been doing my makeup for the last year, it does not really look how I want it to look. People I've seen have very skin-like finishes, and I just feel like lately my makeup has been looking heavy and stuff. And I change my makeup routine like usually on a yearly basis. I just haven't really done it this year because life is stressful and stuff. But in the past, I was doing a super bright under eye that involved like nose contouring and stuff, but I don't really like contouring my nose anymore. So yeah, we're just trying to revamp the look, honestly. So I actually studied last night on TikTok because I saved TikToks that have makeup advice that I want to emulate. So I have notes, and as you can see, it has each step, and then if I found a TikTok with something I want to do, I added that. Or if there was something that I had just thought of doing differently, I added that as well. The stuff that doesn't have any notes is just that I'm just gonna do it how I usually do it, like primer. I'm just gonna put primer on, foundation. I don't really
need to do anything specific for that. But yeah, we're gonna go through the makeup routine and hopefully my makeup comes out how I want it. Yeah, I think I have all the products I need. Also for my birthday, I got lashes for the first time, so I'm nervous about doing my makeup around that, but it's okay, you guys, it's okay. Honestly, like, they've been falling out already, and yeah, I'm not going out on my birthday. I'm going out more the weekend after, so it's okay. I get a fill-in before then. This is my mirror right here, if you're wondering what that is. But yeah, I've done my skincare. I have lip moisturizer on that I'm gonna wipe off towards the end when I do my lip. For eyeshadow, we're just gonna do something very basic. I haven't done extravagant eyeshadow in a long time. I miss it, but I want to perfect my skin routine before we get into that. But yeah, so think of this as maybe like a series, trying to perfect my makeup. I'm really hopeful that I just follow these notes and it comes out the way that I want, but we don't know for sure. So we're gonna try today, and then if this works out the first time, maybe my next video will be getting back into eyeshadow. But if it doesn't work, I'll have to try again in the future, and y'all will get another video. But for now, this is what we're doing. And also, it's Sunday and I'm so behind on schoolwork, and I did one class, so during my break before I get into my other schoolwork, this is what we're doing. So this is supposed to be my self-care for the day. So first, we're doing primer. I don't have any notes on that, so I'm just gonna go in with what I have. I have the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I hate how sticky it is, but I guess it's good for longevity, so I think I'm gonna do like 1.5 pumps. Hopefully y'all can see that. Even that is kind of a lot for me, but yeah. And I'm gonna focus on my T-zone. I actually think I have combination skin. Like, I don't feel like my skin is too oily or too dry. Even if there's like, if you can just say you have normal skin, I would say I have that. But yeah, I'm gonna work in the center and move outwards. There was a YouTuber I used to watch. Her name was Faye, and she learned like I think it was a Korean makeup technique, or maybe just an Asian one, where when you do your makeup, it's just best to focus on the center of your face and work outwards, because that's kind of like the focus. So you might see me doing that with everything. So yeah, I think that's good. While it sits, we're gonna do my eyebrows, and I'm going to gel them. I got this gel recently. I have the NYX brow glue Crazy Lift, and I have the one with like the squeezy brush attachment, because I want to be able to brush through my eyebrows. As you can see, my eyebrows are done. Another reason why I haven't done my makeup in so long is because my eyebrows weren't done, and if I don't like my brows, I don't really like my makeup. And for me to like my brows need to be threaded, if we're being honest. So I'm just applying the gel on my brows and brushing it through. I honestly think after I run out of this, I might just start using Got2b glue, because I have Got2b glue that I don't really use, and it's almost like there's no point of having a bunch of eyebrow gel products when you have one gel product that can be used for multiple things. Because my brows are threaded, I don't need too much of this, but for the front, I like to bring it up for a more natural look, and then the rest of it is sort of laid down to the side, making sure that the shape is super clean. Hairs are in place. I feel like low-key I need more gel, but I'm not too much of a stickler about my gels being flat. It would be nice, but honestly, this squeezy tube is really hard to squeeze out of, and I get lazy, so I just squeeze and then give up. I like this brush attachment, but I do feel like it gets dirty fast, and it almost like clogs the opening, which is why I think it's so hard to squeeze out the product. I definitely got more product on this eyebrow though, which I think is good. Once I get this makeup video up, I think I will also try to make more videos about the books I'm reading. If y'all have seen my page, that is another thing I'm very passionate about. I wish I could tell you guys even more. I actually started a book club at my school, And I wish I could tell you guys more about that more about that process of having a book club and stuff, but currently it actually really stresses me out, so I think I will wait to talk about it until it's no longer a major stressor in my life. Honestly, this is gonna sound like a cop-out, but if my brows don't come out perfect today, it's fine because the focus is really skin. But my favorite eyebrow product right now is the Melanin Weekend Brow. What shade? In Espresso. My only problem is that every time I buy it, like the ink or the product doesn't come out enough. I don't know if it's because I have product on my eyebrows already, but one thing that's crazy though is my cousin uses the same eyebrow product, and whenever we're together, if I use hers, I have no problem. But I've bought multiple of these, so I don't know what it is. Sometimes I try to put it on my hand first to make sure the product's coming out before I go to my brows. I'm gonna fan them a little bit so that gel can dry, but I'm not patient enough to wait. And then I really just fill out the tail and then try to add some hairs in the front. I don't think my eyebrows really need any product right now, but I only add product so that it can kind of match the intensity of the rest of my makeup on my face. Like if I do the rest of my makeup with nothing on my brows, it can really almost like dilute my brows. That's not the right word, but it'll overpower my brows. So I fill in my brows so that I can match up with the rest of my face basically. Just darken up the tail. And I also clean up the tail a little bit because my tail is a little bit sparse. But not too much. And then I just bring some to the front, kind of trying to get an ombre effect. And I also like to add a line kind of underneath my brow too, but not too much in the front, and then just lightly add some product towards the front, but I don't even go all the way to the front. My brows are pretty freshly done, so it's gonna look like I'm not doing much, but yeah. Okay, hopefully y'all can see me doing my other brow more, shaking it to get more product, putting some on my hand to make sure it's coming out, and then we go in. I also just got more camera equipment. I got a tripod, which you guys are on right now. And I got, wow, this is working a lot better on the gel, so that's good that the gel's not too wet for this to come out. But I got a lens cap, which I didn't have, and I got a camera case, which I did not have. I actually got my camera from like a tech sale, kind of like a refurbished tech sale, so it didn't come with typical camera equipment. I think it only came with like a 32 gigabyte SD card in it, and low-key that was it. I think like the battery came with it, but I had to buy a battery charger, like I said, a lens cap, and I just got a bigger SD card. I got 128, so now I should be able to record longer videos. That's a big reason why I was not posting on YouTube, is because my camera couldn't even hold all of my recordings. Like I would get cut off. I'm wiping it on my hand again just to get any glue eyebrow gel off, but I think you might not need to do that, but I'm just doing that just in case. I'm putting that back, and that's how my brows are looking. And then I carve my eyebrows, and I only carve under my eyebrows. Why does it look like, does it look like my right eyebrow looks higher or lopsided? There's the camera a little bit lopsided. I need to see if I can add one of those bars on the camera that show if it's level. I have to ask my cousin all these questions because she's a photographer and I don't know how to use my camera for real. But yeah, my eyebrow looks, is it this one? Yeah, this one looks like a little crazy. Does it look like that in the mirror? Low key, I think it's because I made the tail too long. But like I said, today's focus is not the eyebrows. So we're gonna clean this up. My favorite thing to use, I've been using for years. Even when I want to change my makeup, this step basically never changes, is I take LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Dark Cocoa. The only thing that did change is I went from beautiful bronze to dark cocoa because I want my makeup to be more cool tone. So is it gonna focus? I think it did. But yeah, I use this because it's more cool tone, but 87 works for me too. I know them by their numbers. Isn't that crazy? I don't know them by their names. That's why I had to read it off. But squeeze them out and I carve under my brow, and I also spread it out onto my lid, and that's kind of how I prime my lid as well. And I don't carve off the top because I like a more natural brow look. I think in the future, once I get my makeup routine down, I will show you guys like a lot more details when it comes to each step. I feel like makeup influencers don't teach anymore. And I'm not even sure if they did in the beginning. I know Jackie Aina taught and Alyssa Ashley taught. Alyssa was my favorite. It makes me so sick that she does not post makeup content for real anymore, at least teaching makeup content. Try not to block y'all from seeing me do this, but there's so many technical things about the makeup application that I think people don't understand that I've always wanted to explain, but I didn't have the tools to. But now I'm getting ready. So yeah, smooth it out there, and then any excess I have left on the little brush applicator I bring down to my lid. Today's a little different, trying to avoid the lashes, and then I'm gonna squeeze some more to go do my left brow. Like I said, I'll go into more detail in another video, but as you can see, I'm putting a lot of excess product below my brow before I get close, so there's not too much on the applicator when I'm trying to do a really detailed straight line. I also, like I said, my brows are just so much easier when they're threaded, so as I'm doing this, I'm not really putting any thought into if my eyebrows are looking like sisters, because I just trust how the people did my eyebrows. So I'm just trying to do it clean. Like right there, I got a little bit too much product, but that's okay. We'll blend that out. Oh my god. I got some of my lashes, you guys. I've never had lashes before, so I'm so nervous whenever I do anything. So yeah. And taking the rest of the product down to the lid. You guys overheated, so I had to like turn you off for a sec and fan you off. That's another thing I need to ask my cousin about, because I don't know how to make sure y'all don't overheat like that. But like I said, the concealer is there. I'm gonna blend out the concealer. I'm not at all picky about what I use to blend it out, so I think I'm gonna use a brush, mainly because that should make it easier to avoid my lashes. This looks a little bit like I've used powder on it, but I think it'll be okay. So we're gonna blend that out. I think letting it sit for a minute while you guys had to cool down helped. Oh, my bad, I'm blocking. Yeah, I blended out pretty thin. Like I said, I'm going for a more natural look, and the more to blend out, the better it looks. Just because like I'm blending it out a lot to where it looks like very not heavy does not mean to use like too much of a light hand. I definitely think a lot of people these days do their makeup and do not use enough product, so still make sure you're using enough makeup to do what you are intending for it to do. Like I needed to make sure I had enough to really underline the bottom of my brows. Blending the other eye. I'm just patting, trying to not drag a little bit. There is like a swift drag as I pat, but even patting in place should work fine. Usually I would blend a lot closer to my lash line, but like I said, I'm avoiding my lash extensions today. And then any product here I blend in the middle. And I also like to blend up a little bit too, to avoid it looking too blocky. And then sometimes to keep it more natural too, I even press around the front of my brow too, to make sure it's natural, because we don't want blocky eyebrows, you know what I mean? Okay, blending it out. At the edges here I blend, just to make sure the product doesn't have any harsh lines. Yeah, it's hard to avoid my lashes, but yeah, I think that's good. I'm going to powder my brow with a pressed powder. If you're not gonna bake or use like loose setting powder, I think the best go-to is a pressed powder, and I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish in the shade 4 or Deep. You guys are overheating again. But yeah, I'm gonna put the fan on y'all while I put this pressed powder on my lid. Hopefully the fan isn't too loud. I'm just trying to see if it'll help with the camera overheating, but I'm taking that's not the right brush. This brush is like medium size and big and fluffy, and when you use a bigger brush it just makes the process faster. I'm also gonna take away excess product because I don't want to do too much. I'm back. I tried lowering the resolution a little bit. Now that the brows are done, let's check my nose to see. I'm gonna do eyeshadow really quick. I'm not even using eyeshadow today. Like I said, eyeshadow is not the focus right now. So I'm going to do a deep dark bronzer. It's not my usual bronzing shade. I actually use Deep, but I have this one. And it's very cool tone. So I'm gonna just take a eyeshadow, fluffy eyeshadow brush and dust it all over the lid.
You didn't remember what you want to ask me?
No.
You going out?
Nope.
Hey. Where is your dad?
Walking. What is that?
That's flamenco. Bamboo cake cambio.
I'm making a video, so I'm gonna be talking, but I'm not talking to you, okay?
Yeah.
Using a smaller brush to get closer to the lash line. With what?
Yeah, this thing is small. We have this one in there. This is small. You want it with this?
I mean, I guess it's just very little.
that I have the complete one. You can add this
Okay.
or plantain.
Either or.
Oh, I'll fry the plantain for you with the beans.
Okay. I'm using the Revolution Glow Deep Dark. And then I'm gonna go with the Deep to blend out the outer edges. That's it for the eye. I'm gonna highlight, but let me do the other eye first. Deep dark. That's not deep dark. Where's deep dark? This one. Deep dark. This has a lot of fallout, but that's okay. My application looks really bad, but I'm just trying to avoid the lashes a lot. And then I'm going back in with just Deep to blend out the edges again. Theirs has looking just like a simple smoky eye. And then lastly, I'm gonna highlight the inner corner. If I can, I unsaved the TikTok, so I don't know if I'll be able to find it, but I'm pretty sure I'm copying a look from Leilani. I have to double check, but I was just looking for something simple to do. And I'm taking Kessie from Juvia's Place Magic Mini. If you just do makeup at home and you're not like a professional, always get Juvia's Place's minis. You do not need the full size. Probably have to go in with more after skin, but for now that's good enough for me. I'll clean it up more later. Now on to the real focus. Checking my notes. Foundation. I started using a stick foundation just because, I started using stick foundation because it's easier, and I don't think I like liquid foundation so much, especially because you usually have to blend it on your hands and stuff beforehand. So for me, the easiest is stick foundation. I'm using Mickell Skin Stick in the shade 110. If y'all can see that. Let me zoom in a bit. I'm gonna just rub it all over my face. That's why I like skin foundations, because they're easy. I'm not gonna put too much under my eye because that's more for concealer, but everywhere else. Where I put it, and then we're gonna blend it out with the brush. I've seen people do a brush and then beauty blender. I guess for the sake of the natural look I'm going for, I'll do that too. Let me add it to my notes. I have too many brushes. Use a flat kabuki brush. This is Real Techniques 259. Padding and not swiping. Padding, no dragging. Making sure to go under the chin. So far that looks good. The center of my cheeks will look a bit oily, so I think when I go in with the beauty blender, that'll help with the excess product. I have one of those fuzzy ones. I can't remember what brand made it, but I know Nikki Tutorials, she promoted it a lot and I got it, but I don't even like beauty blenders that much, so unless you really like beauty blenders, you probably don't really need this one. What should I use? Let me use this one. This is mostly picking up the excess, because like I said, I feel like my makeup has been heavy lately and we're trying to go lighter. Also, another thing I used to do with my makeup, or that I was doing right before this, I was underpainting a lot before, but I think that even though I love an underpainting, I really do love an underpainting, but I do think it was too much product for me, so that's why I think I'm gonna retire underpainting for now. I still think the concept of using cream and then powder is really good. I'm about to cream bronze. Everything else is kind of intense. And I'm gonna actually skip cream blush today. Partially because I don't want my makeup too intense, but also because I'm really trying to see if I can achieve neutral makeup today. And I think when I use blush, or at least cream blush or too much blush, that just warms everything up, and I really want to be cool tone today. Like, as you can see with the smoky eye and stuff, like I really want to be cool toned. I don't know why. That's something I've been trying to achieve and I've been unsuccessful at, so that's something we're trying to achieve today. Now that that is blended, let's check them out. I'm going to cream bronze with a Fenty Matchsticks in Caviar, or shade 7. And another thing I'm changing is on my cheekbones. I'm putting it a lot higher than I would before. I think it was bringing my face down because I was doing it like right here, but I think I want it like right on my cheekbone because I don't know, more lifted look. So I'm actually gonna, I'm using up all my hand space, but I'm gonna rub it on my hand first to warm it up before I go on the skin. I hate when you have to do that, but it actually does help. And then I'm gonna put it higher on my cheekbone, a little on the forehead. I have a small forehead, so I don't need a lot. And then, like I said before, a lot higher on the cheekbone, and then a little bit under the nose. I was recently putting it over my top lip because it makes your lip slope plumper, but I want a more defined lip shape lately, more closer to my natural lip, so I'm not gonna do that today. And then I think I'm gonna put some right here from, this is something that, what's her name, that everybody does her makeup routine? Uche, that's what Uche does, but usually when she's underpainting. So because she would also put it here, and I like that, but because I'm not underpainting, I'm only gonna put it here because it doesn't really get in the way of my eyeshadow. And then I will go under my lip because I like it plumpier, but I just want my cupid's bow defined, so I'm not gonna do my upper lip, but my bottom lip will keep that so we can have some juicy lips. I'm gonna blend this with this kind of curved, fluffier blush. It's Real Techniques 401. And I'm not really gonna wait because I kind of want more of my contour to come from my powder. This is more like a preliminary thing, I guess you could say. This will help with the overall cohesiveness, but I don't need it to be too stark. Make sure you're blending into your hairline. I'm just going around the perimeter of my face. Again, pressing without dragging to get it nice and seamless under my nose. I think I like a button nose type of thing. I'm still trying to figure out my nose. I just know I don't like nose contouring. No. Alright. Just for a bit of a shadow. This shade looks really cool, which I know I said I like cool tone, but I'm wondering if it's a bit too dark. But it's okay because it blends out well. And if you feel like anything is too light or too dark, just go in with your foundation brush to make it more blended. Ooh, I'm trying to keep this mirror out of the screen. But y'all know I gotta see myself. It's looking pretty blended. Like I said, it looks really cool tone and dark, but when I add my powder bronzer, that should help warm it up just a little bit, but not too much to not achieve the look that I want. I think right now it could use some more going back with my foundation brush, but I'm gonna wait to the end of my makeup to do that because I think when I conceal and stuff it might not look too intense anymore. Blend it out pretty good. Okay, now I feel like concealer has become the main attraction. This is the part that I'm really trying to work on so my makeup doesn't look too heavy. Like right now my makeup does not look heavy, but I think concealer is where things go awry. And I want it to be bright in the center of my face, but I don't really like this look, so I'm only gonna do the center of my face. And I'm thinking if I should use this. Okay, I was only gonna use this today for a super bright under eye, but I don't want to do too intense today, so we're gonna do Born This Way, which is closer to my skin, in the shade Cocoa, and then in the center I'll do Juvia's Place. I think it's shade 9 concealer. to keep it bright, but the Born This Way concealer should help it not be too intense. And I'm not gonna do too much either. This, I'm also gonna use this on like not my under eye, like the other places we usually highlight. So that's where the less intense concealer is gonna go. And then with my brighter concealer, just in the center of under my eye. I try to get it as close to my waterline as possible, but like I said, today we're avoiding the lashes. And then I just saw somebody do this. Their ad on TikTok is Kayla. But I don't know if that's their username, but their name is Kayla on TikTok, and they sprayed their face with one size before they blended out their concealer. So let me do that. I think it's crazy because this is like mattifying, but it worked for them, so we're gonna try it today. Woo. Always hold your breath and fan it before you open your eyes and breathe. I didn't do too much, but you know I'm a little bit nervous about that part, so I try to stay on the center of my face. And then following I Am China Tony on TikTok, I'm gonna spray the concealer brush. This is the same brush that I set my concealer on my lid with. I'm gonna spray it with some Morphe setting spray, just a little bit, and then I'm going to blend out specifically the edges of my concealer. So I'm going to focus on the more natural color concealer before I get closer to the brighter concealer. Don't forget to press, don't drag. I'm thinking if I can figure this out today, like I feel like today is about to look good. Like right now, stuff is looking really good. So if this worked out, this is the makeup I'm gonna do for homecoming, because my school's homecoming is coming up. And then also Halloween, except Halloween, I'm gonna be a person who is not a human skin tone. So I'm gonna try to figure out how to do that with my makeup as well. Like I'm gonna mix their skin tone with my skin tone if I can. We'll see. But if you don't see a YouTube video about my Halloween costume or homecoming, just check TikTok, because that's where I be. I'm blending out the natural concealer edges. Usually like I would bring it up right to my lash line, but like you said, I'm really scared of messing up the lashes, y'all, so that's a zoom in, not to get girl. But yeah, I'm trying to bring it close to the lash line as I can without messing up my lashes too much. Let me finish my forehead and nose before I start going in on the bright concealer so that that doesn't get anywhere else. My nose one, I don't try to keep it slim or anything because like I said, I'm not a fan of nose contouring. And then I'm gonna get closer to the bright one, kind of use the lighter one to blend the edges of the brighter one. I'm kind of spinning my brush a little bit too to help spread out the product lightly. It's kind of hard to see. Like I said, I'm gonna try to make some videos about technique later, but right now this is more focused on the order of things and placement. my problem with bright under eyes is that when you get really bright on the inner corner, it's like you're kind of forced to nose contour. But I think I'm actually going to blend it out over my nose. So that'll do kind of like a button nose effect, and also not necessarily slim down my nose like this. Like I'm just gonna go across it to kind of like make it insignificant. But I'm a little bit nervous to do that with the brush. So I'm gonna move on to a powder puff, which was already part of the plan. China also sprayed the powder puff that she used. I think I usually use this one, so we're gonna spray a powder puff too. And like I said, I'm gonna blend in my concealer inwards, and I'm gonna go over my nose to avoid having to contour. It's going over my inner eye corner a little bit, but I'm gonna fix that later. And then the extra, I'm taking it up, so it's kind of like a little bit like nose contouring, but not really. You get closer. If my under eye, look at that, I lost a lash. If my under eye does not look as good, y'all know why. It's the lashes. But this is looking exactly how I want it to look. I'm excited. Like I said, I just brought it over my nose. I'm blocking y'all. I block y'all so much. The other I'm gonna try not to block y'all. I love how that looks. I'm putting it up into my forehead for the excess product. Going over my nose. Just kind of going here to make sure I don't look too crazy. I'll go in with my powder bronzer and eyeshadow just to kind of fix up that area later. I'm also gonna go here because I can tell that my under eye is a little bit brighter than the rest of my face, so I'm kind of like, let me spread it out a little bit just with the powder. Okay, and then powdering. Powdering is gonna be different too. We're gonna go back in with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish in Shade 4 or Deep. This is a pressed powder, and I'm going to use the same powder puff I was just using to press into my concealer. A lot of people dab off excess, even though I hate doing that, but I'm trying to make my makeup look good today. I completely blocked you guys, but I'm just pressing it in with Charlotte Tilbury. I thought about using a white pressed powder because I do have one, but this is looking good and bright without it being white. I'm taking a little bit extra in the inner corner. When I say extra, I mean I did not dab off the excess. And then with the same powder puff, I'm going in with translucent loose setting powder. This is translucent Laura Mercier loose setting powder with the same powder brush. I like how this is looking. Oh, this is look good. I'm gonna take some X with this. First, you're going through lighter, so I'm gonna dust off, and I'm gonna press it in just like I did the pressed powder. Same as before, I'm taking it over my nose. Other eye, same thing. Trying to make sure you'll contour. This is looking good and crazy. Okay, and then she was using her white loose setting powder to bake with. I'm actually gonna bake with the one size pink one, the loose setting powder in ultra pink. Y'all saw that, right? So we're gonna take that. I'm thinking just for the sake of not having too much on this, I'm gonna use this powder puff, which is actually pink. That kind of helps me tell what I'm using what for. Put in some on here. When you're baking, I feel like you don't need to dust off excess, so I'm just gonna put kind of like a lot under my eye. And don't be scared to take it over the nose if you don't like nose contouring like me. I'm gonna bake on my nose crease too and on my smile line for longevity. I'm not used to baking, so I'm using less product, but I'm trying to use more. Gotta shake out more powder. It's like hard to press it in but not too much, you know? My nose and my smile line. I need some more under the eye. It just don't look like enough. I should have prepped my powder better and shook it more out earlier. If you're like, this looks too powdery, setting spray should fix it. But while we're baking, I'm gonna set the rest of my face with loose setting powder. Sorry, I keep reading my notes so hard, but I have a loose setting powder that's closer to my skin tone. This is translucent medium deep Laura Mercier. I don't know if y'all can read the back or if I'm even holding it the right direction up. I'm gonna go through with another powder puff. Let's use this white one. I need to update my notes specifically with which powder puff I use for what. But we're gonna take translucent medium deep and set it on my, take excess off of my hand. And I'm gonna go in the other places that I concealed because other people set their whole face, but when I go through with bronzer, I feel like that kind of hits everywhere else. So I'm only gonna do the other places that I concealed. And we're just pressing, we're not baking. That's like my limit with powder. I'm not gonna take it everywhere. I think the center of my face is enough, but yeah, looking good. This is looking good. The whole concealer process, except for spraying it with one size, is inspired by China Tony. Is that what her thing was? I don't remember. Ooh, I gotta go to my watch history. I think I'm about to sneeze. Ooh. I don't think we're gonna do under eyeshadow because I like how bright my under eye is looking right now. But the next step in the makeup, so I set my face with loose powder that I was in the areas that I was not baking, and then I'm going to dust off the baking. Ooh, this is another thing that I think Kayla did when she was dusting off, or no, actually I lied, this was still China, but when she was dusting off the baking, she actually first powder blushed her face, which I really liked that idea. So this is Juvia's Place Blushed Rogue Volume 5. I'm gonna go in with the bottom shade strictly because I'm trying to still stick to cool tone and the top one is a little warm. I'm taking a brush, Real Techniques 400 brush, lightly dusting, shaking off excess, and then putting some here. I like it more on the side of my face, so going in for some more and dusting that kind of over the bake, but it's also dusting off the bake at the same time. Are y'all seeing it? It's low-key not showing up a lot. Let me get a little bit more. Okay, so that's how I'm gonna do it. This look is not gonna be blush heavy, even though that looks like a lot of blush on camera, but I usually use a lot of blush. I'm trying not to use a lot of blush today. Like, I don't want blush to be one of the main focal points. When you're using powder is when you swipe and drag. Trying to keep it lifted. I don't know why I have a tendency to apply everything lower, but I always regret it. So I'm trying to apply stuff high, and I like it for it to also kind of go into my eyeshadow too, just on the temples. Every time there's a pause, I'm going back in. If I was zoomed out, y'all would see it better. Matter of fact, let me zoom out because oh, it's looking very Barbie pink. I think I was going ham, but good thing blush usually diffuses over time. I'm gonna zoom out though, since we're kind of back to bigger picture now. So hopefully y'all can see the other stuff I'm doing more. But here's how it's looking. And then for dusting off the rest of the Blake, kind of more in the center, we're going to use a brush and lightly dust it off while this just says highlighter brush. I don't know where I got it from, but this is, I like this fluffy blush to dust it off, but also like kind of press it in at the same time. Don't dust too hard, just lightly dust. This is doing exactly what I want to do. Oh, and then I love when I have a YouTube video of me doing my makeup exactly how I want, so that I don't forget. But yeah, that's basically any excess dusted off. I did more blush than I wanted to, but it's gonna diffuse later. It's gonna diffuse later. That's what I'm telling myself. Sorry if you can't hear me well. I feel like I'm whispering. I need to stop whispering, but people are downstairs, so keep whispering. Now we're gonna powder bronze. I love powder bronzing, but we're gonna go in with Deep, the Revolution Glow again. This one's broken. My deep dark isn't broken, but this one is broken. And I like to take a big flush brush. This is from that Vanity Fair pack that everybody was promoting and went viral, even though it wasn't worth the money. But I like to use this to powder bronze because I like powder bronzer everywhere. I just go in around the perimeter and it smells good. I love it. I feel like it does exactly what I need it to do. I feel like the lighting is kind of messed up, like how there's a ray on me, so y'all can't see it as well, but I'm gonna show y'all the makeup outside in better lighting. And I keep blocking my face with the thing. I don't really do bronzer and contouring under my cheeks, like under my chin too much, but like obviously if there's some excess I can, but I'm just one of those people who I think foundation down there is enough. Yeah, usually I add more, but I'm liking how my makeup looks so much that I'm like, I don't even need to carry with the bronzer like I usually do. And then we're actually going to take a smaller fluffy brush. I think this is my usual one. These are from brushes off of Amazon. If anyone cares to know, just comment and I'll try to put a link. And we're taking the same deep bronzer, and I'm gonna go where I cream bronzed over here. I'm gonna get some more, and I'm gonna do the outer corner some more just for blending, even though I kind of did that earlier, but just in case everything else I did made it go away. And then under my lip where I did before, tip of my nose. And I think that's about it. This looks a little crazy right here because it doesn't go down, so I'm gonna blend it down a little bit because you can kind of see the separation, but hopefully that looked weird. Oh my god, that looked weird. How do I fix that? Okay, we're gonna do some light nose contouring to try to fix that, but in the future I'm just not gonna do that again. Hopefully that helped a little bit to look less crazy. But yeah, I'm liking how this is looking. It looks so airbrush. This is like, I feel so confident about what I just did that I'm like, bro, maybe I should start doing other people's makeup, because everybody always thinks I should, but I was like, I'm not good enough. But this is looking like, bitch, maybe you are good enough to do that. But yeah, I need to do somebody else's makeup for real now that this new routine. So then I'm gonna take a microfiber towel and wipe off my chapstick so that any lip products can stick better. But it's good to still put on chapstick before you do your makeup and have it on during, so that your lips are hopefully not dry. Then I bought some new lip stuff, but low-key they haven't really been working, but we're gonna try again today. First, we're gonna take the NYX Professional Makeup Lip Lingerie. It's like a lip tint, and I have the shade Lip Lock. This is what it looks like. But last time, I'm gonna try it on my hand. Last time the product wasn't really coming out. It has like a really small ball tip that I don't understand, and I feel like it actually stops the product from coming out. So I actually like to use the side on my lips, so we're gonna try to line our lips with that. But as I said, some stuff hasn't been working, and this is one of the things that hasn't been working. When you shake it, it doesn't sound like there's a cartridge or anything, so I don't know how to get more ink out. But I'm just gonna try to line my lips. And like I said, I like my top lip defined naturally, like the natural shape that it is, so I'm gonna try to do that as well, because sometimes I accidentally overline, but we're gonna try not to do that.
Okay.
So you can see it's kind of lined, but it's not dark at all. I think that I need a darker shade. I don't know if they go darker than lip tint, but if I were to buy that again, I would get a darker shade. And also, I just don't think the product comes out very good. So we're gonna reinforce it with Juvia's Place. What's this shade called? Luxe Liner Expressive. So I always go in with this because the lip tint always barely works. So I go in with this, basically lining my lips the same way. I have been trying to achieve the same cool tone lip that the girlies be having, but it's so hard. I think with my makeup it looks better, but I will say when I do this lip combo without like a full face, it doesn't show up. But it's showing up now because I have a full face, but without it, it doesn't show up because lip products are never dark enough. And I think I'm gonna do the outer corners a little bit too. This is my lip combo. I feel like I think my lip combo is different from people that have theirs, so I should post mine. I should post mine on TikTok, but I already started. Oh, we'll do it next time. So then I take Juvia's Place Coffee Shop Lip Gloss in Brown Sugar. Here's what it looks like. I do that in the center. Pat that out. That looks pretty good, but it's a little bit like too cool toned almost. So to warm it up a little bit, I'm going with the NYX Professional Makeup Fat Lip Drip Oil in the shade Sprinkle Sprinkle. Here's what it looks like. This is not pigmented at all, so I would say like use a gloss that's pigmented before this, or like a lipstick before this. This is just good for like a slight tint. So I'm gonna add that on top. Just making it more pinky. Whoop. And then lastly, I'm taking Fenty Gloss Bomb in Sweet Mouth. That's what it looks like. And we're gonna put that on basically all over the lips. I'm actually gonna basically line my lips with the gloss because the center of my lips are already glossy. Try and blend it together. But yeah. I don't know if that's, I don't know. I'm still gonna make a TikTok like this in my lip combo, but I wouldn't say it's doing exactly what I needed to do. What y'all think? I think maybe more liner, like a darker liner. but I don't know, shoot. And then, ooh, I can't even do my favorite step. My favorite step is mascara, but that is already taken care of with my lashes. So then we're going to go into the skip mascara. Last step is setting spray. First we're gonna go in with Morphe, and I'm gonna try to be heavy-handed with it, and then finally we're gonna go in with one size. That did not spray well at all. That I could feel like the spray not spraying right. I need to clean that or something. Same with one size. You can breathe with this one, but just keep your eyes closed until you're done fanning, and don't scrunch up your face, or it's like you're setting the wrinkles from scrunching up your face. So make sure to keep your face relaxed. There's how it's looking. And then lastly, we're gonna go in with one size. This one, like I said, hold your breath, close your eyes, fan it, and then you can breathe and open your eyes. And that's that. Here's how it's looking. I think I achieved everything I've been wanting to achieve. Like, wow. This eyebrow, no, this one looked like super lifted. I did not realize that, and I thought how I did my makeup was why, but I think low-key they might be a little bit not symmetrical, but that is okay. Everything else is eating though. Even the smoky eye is eating. Like, I think this is the new look. I'm so glad I decided to record today. If you have questions, leave a comment. Oh yeah, let me put my hair down so we can get the full effect. I'm sorry she's not curled or anything. I'm not going to curl her. I'm sorry. But this is... she's a little bit nasty, but yes. This is how she's looking. Since I said most of the products, I'm not gonna say any products unless y'all ask in the comments, and I can comment back what products I used. Let's look at it up close and personal. Here is how it's looking. I think it's looking pretty good. Up close, I would say it looks less flawless, but I think this is how, you know how everybody be editing, but I think this is as flawless as I've ever gotten it still. I think so. I low-key think that when I set my whole face, I probably should have gone harder, because now the only blurred part is under my eyes. And when I used pressed setting powder under my eyes, I could have used the white one for an even brighter effect, but I don't know. I'm not really feeling the bright thing right now. But yeah, the lip combo is not doing exactly what I want, but it's cool. But yeah, let me know what y'all think. If you have any questions, let me show y'all some stuff outside. This is how my makeup looks in natural lighting. Let me go find a beam of light to stand in front of so y'all can really see it full force. I think right here is good. But yeah, here's how it's looking in natural light. I love it. I'm like, this is my new routine, and that's that. Period. I forgot to show y'all my makeup with my glasses on. Just cause, you know, glasses are part of me. It's been a while since I finished. Here's how it's looking. My lips are gone because I ate. So this is me post eating, and it still eats. I just wanted to also take note of the stuff that I would change, just so we remember, right? The inner eye corner, I forgot to do it again at the end, so I need to remember to do that again. I can definitely conceal my forehead more. I'm always scared too because I have a small forehead, but when I was taking pictures and making TikToks, I could tell that like my forehead was really bronze and then here was like light. So I could be lighter in more places than just this area for more cohesiveness. Like I think definitely my forehead more. Looking in the mirror, I think that's all I would say about where else to be bright. My lip combo I need to fix, but I'm still not sure. Y'all saw when I messed up with the bronzer over here and here. So I had to kind of nose contour a little bit, but in the future, I wouldn't want any nose contouring. What else? I think I kind of did too much blush, but right now in person doesn't look as bad. I guess just on my phone it was looking a little bit iffy. Every time I'm leaning forward, I'm looking at the mirror trying to figure out what I would change. My under eye of my eyebrows look really bright, and I don't know if I didn't set it as much or I didn't blend it as much because I was avoiding my eyebrow, but I don't think that's something significant enough for me. Like, I don't think I'll change it because I like a bright eyebrow, so I think I'm gonna leave that. Yeah, low-key that might be it. And also, like I said before, I don't need to be too scared about powdering the rest of my face, because you could tell like here was very matte and the rest of my face was oily, so I can go with powder everywhere. No more being scared of powder. But I think that's it. So I think next time I do my makeup, if I'm not too busy, I'm gonna try to record it for a YouTube video too, so y'all can get the updated update. But yeah, I think that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully I can edit this and it's not too hard. Bye.
And I need you to know